but it is pretty cool.
Pacific Rim.
Hi everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here with Crystal, who you might remember from Evil Dead and Bullet to the Head.
Detective Shelley from Mummy Cop at your service.
That too. And Nick Macy, who you might remember from Star Trek Into Darkness.
Con!
And of course we have our new friend, Tom Shaw.
Hi.
And we watched 2 movies tonight. One was a very, very good movie. And the other one was the greatest film ever made. So we're just going to let you guys decide which one we're talking about. What were your thoughts going in?
I was indifferent. I didn't necessarily have to go and see it, but the opportunity was there. So, and I'm really glad that I did.
I actually went in with really, really, really low expectations. I went into it expecting it to be the, undone sequel to Transformers.
Oh, they did that, Battleship.
Fire everything!
I'm a fan of kaiju films, like the old Godzilla films, Gamera.
Gamera. Yeah.
So I was really, I was excited when I first heard about it, even though the title's stupid. I think I could have thought of a cooler title. But I was real excited going in, but then, before I went in, but then, Transformers 3, The Hobbit had giant monsters, Superman had a giant robot, Avengers had people fighting giant I was like, I almost skipped this movie just because I'm tired of giant robots and monsters. But I'm glad I did it because it tapped into the little kid part of me. It was like, yeah, they're beating each other up in the city. Like,
And
you grew up with Power Rangers.
Some of the
Yeah,
attacks,
it's
the
very
elbow
fair.
rocket, I was just like, dude, this is rocket socking robots, man.
Yeah.
These giant-
Elbow rocket!
Elbow rocket engaged.
Now!
Monsters come and then the robots.
The kaiju.
The entire story is actually explained in the first 5 minutes of the
You
movie,
really could
which
watch-
is actually the trailer.
Which I kind of like, because watching the trailer, I'm like, I'm going to sit through all this disaster movie stuff.
Yeah.
They blow up the Golden Gate Bridge right
there.
away.
Yeah.
First kaiju may land in San Francisco.
We're watching pretty much the end of a trilogy that
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, cool. So, they've already defeated some monsters. They've lost some battles.
They learn how to advance
Yeah,
technology-wise.
But the monsters are also getting stronger
They're now
and
adapting.
smarter.
They're learning our ways,
They
too.
categorize them like hurricanes.
Yeah, which I thought was hilarious.
What do we got coming in? 2 category 4s. What are their names? David and Eric. Watch out.
So yeah, they build the Jaeger program, which
Jaeger bombs!
led to
Really?
many, many jokes that we could make about it.
There's so many Jaeger jokes. It really is.
Which means Hunter. It's not like they're promoting the alcohol, which the other
Well,
movie
they
we watched
should.
tonight did.
Yeah.
Or
But,
at least makes you want to drink
Yeah.
after seeing
Although it might
Yeah.
have been a couple of times when they said Jaeger, they said it in such a way that they might as well have just been saying Ava's. And then I just couldn't stop thinking about Evangelion. And I was like, this is Evangelion.
The government goes, hey, this
You gotta
robot
shut
thing's not
this
working.
down.
We gotta build a wall. So they're spending so much dollars building the wall. And then it cut. You walked out of the
Yeah, I
theater at
walked
this
out.
point. He went to the bathroom or something. Like,
I needed more butter.
And then all of a sudden the monster just
Yeah.
broke through the wall and
it's great. It's great. It's like,
Yeah.
we need to build this wall. And then they turn on the TV and it cuts to Sydney and the monster's just. And the one guy even goes, why are we building this
Yes.
thing?
It was especially since I think they've been working on the wall in Alaska for a couple years.
Yeah.
At that point,
Yeah.
it
And I
wasn't
love-
really all that far along.
I love the one politician. It reminded me of the Iraq War when it first started. When people were like, "Why are we in Iraq?" Blah blah blah. And every couple months they come out and be like, "Look, Iraq is really like." The dude in the movie goes, even though the wall was completely decimated, he goes, "I still think our best option is building a wall."
There's still terrorism.
We've got to make it a stronger wall.
Yeah.
More textiles.
Did China not teach you anything?
I do think
There
it was
was a
really
great wall
nice
there
though
one time.
how I liked how they actually showed the the actual monsters compared to Cloverfield. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just,
Well, Cloverfield, I really like Cloverfield.
well, it's like if Cloverfield and the person just stood
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, Cloverfield had like
yeah,
fun.
actually someone filmed it.
Cloverfield had fun with like the giant monster because usually you see from the military standpoint and stuff.
Right.
It was cool just seeing someone who was in the middle of this chaos. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you have motion sickness from watching that, then I can't blame you. But
Right.
it's a decent movie.
I thought it was missing like a Hank Azaria Godzilla moment where it like just comes down and almost kills him, and then he just.
First off, the action scenes.
Awesome.
Epic.
Unlike Transformers, you can tell what's going on most of the time. Which, I mean, there were some times where at night they're fighting in the ocean, the
Yeah.
water kind of covered it up. That's because special effects look better
But,
in
like-
the dark with
But since,
rain.
since everybody
But
like bled
Each
blue,
of the
Right.
mechs
Yeah.
were colored
you
uniquely,
can
and they
tell
were
the
designed
difference
uniquely
between
too.
mechs.
Yes, they were
Unlike
all very
Transformers,
different.
where it's like you have the good guys who are different colors, but the
Right.
bad guys are like, I have no idea.
Just a bunch of like
Right.
gray dudes, and sometimes there's like not important good guys, and they're gray too. And then there's like a gray guy fighting a gray guy, and you're like, who am I rooting for?
Yeah.
First one, Knifehead.
yeah.
He actually looks like a Gamera bad guy.
Yeah.
The one that eventually grew wings and flew, when he turned into the fly
Yeah.
monster, he looked kind of like Rodan.
I thought
Uh,
some of the close-ups on some of the monsters too even gave off that new, not the new, but the new Godzilla, like that.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
scene,
yeah.
the squarish kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Do you know what
lot of
Knifehead
action-
reminded me of though?
Yeah.
So it reminded me of the monster from Star Wars: Attack of the Clones, like the one that fights Anakin Skywalker, like the three
Oh, I know
the
what
three horned monster
yeah,
in that
Coliseum.
stupid pit. Yeah.
Every movie has to have a portion of analog practical effects to really convey the sense of physical reality of the film.
I love the production design in it. They actually built those sets inside the head. I mean, obviously they CG'd the floor, but
Right.
like I was telling him, I saw a video. They had it like on hydraulic lifts and stuff.
And I would
Really
even,
cool.
I
love
even have to
practical
say
effects.
to the point where there was a lot of times where the effects were so well blended in you couldn't even tell. Some
Yeah,
of it. Like
right.
some
I
of
really
the
like-
scenes, it was like, damn.
I really like Guillermo del Toro's use of special effects. I mean, he uses a lot of practical and CGI, and he occasionally blends them. Like Hellboy 2 had puppets that had like CGI mounts, and
Yeah.
it was beautiful. I almost wish the giant monsters and robots were actual people in suits touched up with CGI. I don't know if that would have worked. They could have at least tested it out.
Right.
I think it would have been really tricky.
Enough. I've seen what I need to see.
Me too. She's my co-pilot.
The three white guys looked exactly alike, so whenever they were talking to each other, I'd be like, wait, is he? Oh,
Yeah,
I don't-
right.
I thought
Even the white guy's brother who dies in the beginning, that's
He look-
another
he
one. We're
looks
like,
alike,
wait,
yeah.
which one just died?
Yeah.
They all either is that most of their accents, or the main guy seemed like he had a fake
But
accent.
what was weird because
He
you
was
had the father and
constantly
son.
talking like this
Yeah.
when the first Jaeger
Like, I'm like, shut up! She's a real voice, and if that is his real voice, he's got an
Right.
annoying
Well, the
fucking
father
voice.
and son are supposed to be from the same place, but they even themselves have two different
Yeah.
accents.
But they don't really. There's not really like they focus on the characters, which I like, but there's really not much going on with them. Like I thought maybe the guy after his brother died, he left being a Jaeger and
Right.
came back, he'd be more hesitant, but
Right.
he kind of just jumps in there, and then the girl's all like, Idris Elba doesn't want me to be a pilot, and I thought
Right.
there'd be like an arc where eventually
Right.
that just stopped.
I was
right
kinda-
away.
I didn't care when
Yeah.
something happened to the guy who like adopted her or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's a relationship there, but I really don't
And then,
feel the
um,
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah,
scene at the
elaborate
end with
on
the
it.
two, the brother, father, son,
brother.
the father and the son who happen to be twin brothers. There's like a scene where like he goes off and the dad goes, "That's my son." I'm like, and then Idris Elba goes, "I know you have daddy issues." I'm like, does he? Like,
Yeah.
his dad yelled at him a couple times, but
And
it's
it-
because he was being appropriately a dick,
Right.
and it's just like,
and then all of a sudden they have this like emotional moment. It's like, but
and I'm like, I didn't even know you guys had a
emotional,
bad
right.
relationship.
What the hell do you want a secondary brain for anyway? I mean, every part of the kaiju cells. Cartilage, spleen, liver. Even the crap. But the brain, too much ammonia. So what's the deal, little fella?
Well, that's classified. So I couldn't tell you, even if I wanted to. But it is pretty cool.
But I wish the characters were more entertaining. However, the scientists and Rob Perlman steal the fucking show.
Carry
too.
the entire.
Like, I
movie.
almost wanted them to be the main characters, but then I guess they wouldn't have been involved in the robot
Yeah.
fighting. Or if they did, it would have been like Charlie Day going, I don't know how to use the So I guess it was nice to focus on the action, but I just wish the characters were a little bit more rich. I loved it. Great
Go see
blockbuster.
it. Take
Nice
kids.
throwback.
It was good. You should go see it.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. If you could see it in IMAX, I'm sure it's even better.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
Don't see it in 3D though. Most
Well,
of
that's the only way to see it in IMAX, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Pre-game, too.
So go see it. Go see it.
Lots of
see it on the
Jaeger.
small
Some
screen.
Jaeger
Just go
bombs.
really
Jaeger
close to the
bombs.
screen.
Okay, well that's it for Pacific Rim. Now we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna talk about the movie that changed all of our lives, really.
Forever.
Pacific Rim. Only in cinemas.